If you're looking to get paid to listen to calls, Humantic offers just that. Pay is iffy, but if you want to learn a little bit about what exactly it is, make sure to subscribe to that channel, comment below your input on it after the end of the video, and share this video as well. But I'm going to get right into it here. That Humanitech, basically, you review calls and you get paid for those calls. In 2020, you can listen to a recorded phone call, answer a simple question, and then click a button and you earn real money. Obviously, you're not going to expect high-end pay for this, but for those that might live in a third-party country, this might be something viable to you. And if you're curious, what is Humanitech? Have you ever called a company and heard the operator say this call is being recorded? Well, that's us, as they say. We help our clients review their calls, then we provide them with analytical reports. Valuable data helps improve customer service and sales. Why should you join? And this is their expression of why you should join. When you first start, you are given access to the two easiest categories of calls. As you advance, you'll unlock two categories, which will provide more opportunities to earn. You will never change. We will never charge. We will never charge you anything. We will pay you weekly. You don't have to make or receive phone calls. You don't have to have a live conversation. You don't need to be a third party during a live conversation. You don't have to transcribe a full conversation for every call you listen to. And they say they have over 150,000 users around the world, just like you. Our users are made up of people of all walks of life who are logging on every day to make money from their computer, tablet, or phone. And then they highlight you need a verified PayPal account. So as long as you can access PayPal, apparently you can use this website. And it's pretty straightforward website. You listen to calls, you review the calls, and that's it. Looking online, I found numerous sources, but this one seems to be the best. It ranges from $1 to $4.50 per hour. Most people claim that they're struggling to make even $3 an hour. So this is obviously you're not going to be making tons of monies doing this, but if you're doing something on the side, maybe you're waiting for dinner or lunch or something, you can throw this into your repertoire of little things to make an extra side income. Mean, you might do this for an hour a day to spend, and then that's let's say $3 a day, and then 10, that's 30, 60, 90. So if you did this every day, you can make like 80, $90 a month if you do this every single day for the entire month for at least an hour a day. If you did it for 2 hours, you can make up to 180 or more. So there's potential profit in it, but it's not exactly the most high end. Of course, as I mentioned earlier, it pays via only PayPal. This is a review of someone that I found online. I will link to that source below, and they say their personal experience that in January they posted about a non-phone opportunity involving a call reviewing through Humanatic. A lot of you, like me, were very excited because the work sounded fun and easy. I have since spent a good time doing the call review, and because of this, I decided to write an update and so on and so forth. Get into just the basics here. He claims that it was fun work. He said he loved reviewing the calls. It's relaxing to sit there listening to calls and then make a decision based on what you hear. It's nice not to have to do much typing, although you do often have to fast forward and rewind calls to figure out how to categorize a certain calls. Pays weekly. Humanitech pays every week. On Monday with PayPal, you do not need to have at least $10, so there's no minimum requirement and there's no real training involved. Uh, if you'd like, I can do a video of me trying out this in particular myself to do a video on it and show you guys. It's very easy to learn. If you're interested, make sure to subscribe to the channel. Comment below that you are, saying, yeah, I'd be interested in that, or yes, yes. It's very easy to learn to be a call reviewer, and you do not have to have any special skills. So anyone can do this, is what this guy's saying. You don't really I mean, I'd figure the most important skill you'd have to have is, understanding the language that the given person is speaking. After you've accepted, you can listen to training calls. These are very straightforward and help you better understand what you need to know. This is basically the equivalent of a work from home job, but the pay is kind of terrible. They say it's very flexible. You can log on and log off. You don't have to do a specific schedule. Some of these lower end websites try to force you to do so. You get bonuses. Sometimes you get little surprise money bonuses while you're working. This is nice. Happened to be about twice so far out of 1,268 calls. So this guy says it happens, but not very often. He didn't really specify the bonuses, unfortunately, which would have been helpful to maybe excite some people that might want to do this on a more of a full scale. He expresses it's low pay, and he says he struggles to make even $5 an hour reviewing the calls. The business opportunity calls pay 3.9 cents per each, and the answered outbound calls pay 1.1 cent each. So it's going to take a while to add up to anything all that worthwhile. Sometimes you'll get lucky and be able to make a determination quickly when a call comes through, but other times it can be difficult. And then he goes on and on and on. For instance, when a person calls and you hear them say immediately what they need, you can quickly categorize it and move on. But more often than not, the person will ask for another person. You have to stay online for a while. So you fast forward, reverse, back and forth, back and forth. There's work, but as he's saying, some of that work would be. Ooh, scrolled a little too quickly on that one. Scroll back up here. He said, unless something has changed in the past weeks since he did this, the calls are not really back to back. He'll usually get a little stream of calls and then they stop. He'll keep refreshing and refreshing, and he'll say there are no calls available for me, and then the calls do come back usually within 5 minutes or less, but it seems like they start and stop like that all the time. So there's little delays in here, which is kind of a nice thing if you think about it, because you can combine this with other online opportunities while you're doing this at the same time. So let's say you did this combined with something like QMe, which I mentioned in another review, and I'll link to that in the description below if you're curious what QMe is, but it's basically survey taking and other miscellaneous things. And you can do that at the same time while you're waiting on the call in between, so you can kind of pair the two together. And you might be able to pull off of a more realistic, 9 to 5 kind of equivalent job. And as I said, the bottom line for them is that they do pay, but they don't consider it as something that you'd want to do full time with. However, it might be possible, as he says, to make 1,500 a week doing this, depending on how much time you put in and stuff. That's all you need to make. And who knows, maybe it's for you. He would recommend other things to earn money, and then there's an application form, and you can apply. I'll link to all of that, of course, in the description below if you want to check all of that out. And basically, that's about all I wanted to cover in this video. It's a pretty straightforward website, 150,000 plus people using it, and then they have a FAQ, and they have Facebook and Twitter and LinkedIn and Instagram and all these things that you can contact them through for 2020. It's a job to consider, especially if you're in a foreign country, because $2 to $5 an hour might actually be a lot to you. So if that is something that's accessible to you, you can always apply and find out. Doesn't seem to bar non-US people. I'm from the US, so I have no way to verify in regards to international users. You can check their FAQ here. I can do that for you guys really quick. And it doesn't really say anything in regards to country specific. So if this is something you want to consider, feel free to check it out in the comments below. You got what is Humanatic, how do I apply, am I required to review calls during certain hours? And let me show you here. You're not required to review calls during certain hours. You may log in and review as little as possible, as much as possible. However, call availability will vary depending on the type of day. As they say, their largest volume of calls are between 7 a.m. and 7 p.m. Eastern. So if you have wiggle room between that time frame, that would be the best time to get in. If you want more videos like this, make sure to comment below and share that you want more videos like this. Say, I want more videos like Humanatic, or just say yes, please, things like that. Make sure to comment below your input. I'll have other little videos popping up here that you can consider to utilize other making money opportunities, and that's up to you. But they'll be popping up here in just a second, so you can check them out right below. Have a nice day. Make sure to subscribe to the channel if you haven't yet, and see you later.